myself.
Hello, hello. So today we have wonderful Nuria, and you have just completed the expansion Akashic Records Facilitation course container. And so in this course, there are quite a few different containers. We have Clearing Trauma from the Source course, we have the Womb Healing course, we also have cord cutting container, and then we have the Akashic Records Facilitation course. So there's a lot of stuff in there. And first, I would love if you wanted to touch on the Clearing Trauma from the Source course. If you felt like there's anything that you want to share from that course container that came through.
Well, that course container, it was very deep for me. And a lot of memories that I had forgotten came up just by doing all the exercises that you were proposing, even though just with ecstatic dance, think emotions were coming up, visions that I had forgotten. So it was really, really deep, but also liberating.
Mhm.
Because I could make peace with like all that pain that I had completely forgotten that it was in my body.
Mhm. And were you able to release that pain and release that trauma fully?
I think so. Well, I think so. I
Yeah.
feel that since I finished the clear trauma,
Yeah.
a lot of changes came to my life, like suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
And my life has changed completely. And I think that it's because there were a lot of things that were blocking my path.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for example, I remember that I wanted to change my car. And suddenly I had a dream. I saw the car, and the day after I went to Craigslist and I found the car. And 2 days later I had my car and I could find the money to pay my car.
Mhm. Amazing.
So yeah, things like this, but this is very material,
Mhm.
just a material reward for my work. But then I had the vision that I had to go to Tulum, for example, and I went to Tulum, and I knew that I had to be there, and a lot of amazing things happened to me in just 5 days. And also, like I went out from my comfort zone,
Mhm.
and I learned how to trust, which was difficult before.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was. And after that trip, also a lot of changes came up, a lot of revelations, like leaving my job and going to another path.
Half a
And
flip.
yeah, it's like
Amazing.
a lot of changes came.
Mhm.
It's like all the blockages that were keeping me stuck just removed, were vanished.
Amazing. Yeah, it's funny when we clear those deep wounds, what can happen? It's like what's naturally meant for us will come through. And only when we truly let go of those deep traumas, then can things that are meant for us can come through. And so what I'm hearing here is exactly that. The doors have opened up and your path was, there and it was shining and it was lit up and you were able to have that faith, which is something that you weren't able to have before, and it just all of a sudden fell through. Faith is one of those things where it's like we often we want to have it, but it's like, it'll come from within when it's ready. And so it sounds like that's exactly what happened with you, which is incredible. So thank you for sharing that. And also, what was your experience like with the cord cutting container or the womb healing course, if you want to share on either of these, or you don't have to share on either of them if you don't feel.
Yeah, for the cutting container, which it was the first thing that I did, it was also very deep
Mhm.
because I realized that I had a lot of negative cords and attachments with a lot of people, which was also blocking me from being myself completely. So yeah, it was deep. It was very deep, because even during the activation, a lot of emotions were going up. And during the exercise of cord cutting as well. So yeah, it was dark, but then after the dark, there's always a light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm using the cord cutting still.
Oh, amazing. I love
And
that.
yeah, but I found a way, because at the beginning you do it step by step, and then I found a way to do it just faster. Like maybe it takes me 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I can detect in my body when I detect in my body that there's a blockage towards a person, or yes, something I detect in my body, then I do the exercise, and then yeah, it's just maybe 5 minutes, and then just I turn page, and life continues.
Yeah. One of the incredible things that I've always noticed with cord cutting is when you're reclaiming your power back.
Exactly.
And then those people often reach out to you. And
Oh
so,
yes.
and I'm sure that happened to you.
Oh yes. Oh yes. It happened to me. It happened to me
Yeah.
every time that I did a cord cutting exercise with somebody. Either I got a message or a sign from the other person, or they contact me, or yeah, it never stays like before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's amazing as well how we get back our power. The feeling of getting back the power is so comforting and amazing. It's a feeling that I had completely forgotten.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and it's this. It's like the key in life, basically, to follow our path. It's just getting back our power, but not egoistically.
Yeah.
It's just getting away from old patterns and that are blocking our path, and just getting back our freedom, our essence,
Mhm.
our strength and power.
I'm just recalling when we first started the container, and I was think it was after the clearing trauma from the source course. You'd already done the cord cutting, and I had asked you to share your feedback on a video because you were like just blown away by it. And you said at the time something around you just didn't feel like you were ready. And it's like just seeing the difference in the way that you're talking now and like how confident you are is just mind blowing. You really, like, I see it, I feel it. I feel so strongly you have your power back. It's such a beautiful thing to witness. So I just want to share that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And the best part of it is that my family life has improved a lot
Mm.
thanks to all this work, thanks to all this growth that I've done and clearing. The energetics and the dynamic in my family has raised a lot. Even I have two daughters, two teenagers, and they were very accepting about what I'm doing. I'm very spiritual and all this. And so, yeah, the other day I saw my daughter meditating. She was stressed for a test, and I saw her meditating, and I said, wow, amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. It's rippling out. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the best way that we can teach is through example, right? Is through being the example. And then that's how other people really learn. It's something clicks in them. When they see somebody who's really dialed in, it just naturally affects the world in a really positive way. So,
exactly, exactly. And when they see you shiny, you are like a magnet for them.
mhm.
Whilst before, when they see you hurt or blessed or wounded, they don't want to come to you. And I'm speaking about everybody in this
Wow.
world.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
yeah.
people who glow, it's like you want to be around them. You want to be around people who are really in their power and expressing from their authenticity. It's a beautiful place. And yeah, thank you for sharing that. I feel it so strongly with you. I'm just like, I love it. Um, would you like to touch on the womb healing course or should we skip that one? It's completely up to you.
Well, all can I say is that yeah, I had completely forgotten some experience
Mhm,
of abuse that I had, and they came up. And at the beginning, I thought, oh my God, maybe it's just my imagination. But no, you know that it's not your imagination.
mhm,
And so yeah, it was very liberating.
mhm,
And this work with ecstatic dance,
mhm,
I'm a dancer, so I need to move. And I found unconsciously the movements that my body need
mhm.
to do in order to get out all this stuck energy. It was a big, 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 deep, dark work,
Yeah.
but it is worthy.
Yeah, I find
Really.
ecstatic dance is such a good way to really release. So once we like find where it is and we find it, it's like then we have to release it. And so there's different forms and modalities of how to release it. And yeah,
Yes.
I love that you found that you were able to really fully release it from your body and your field.
And also the breath work that you were proposing as well was amazing because emotions were coming up, emotions that were stuck without any intention. Of course, my intention was to be better and get rid of all the stagnancy. But it was amazing, really, really, really. And I recommend it
Yeah.
to all the women of this world. Because even if you have not been abused in this lifetime, maybe you have been in another lifetime or your ancestors. And we are carrying that.
Another thing that can happen is you could also be unconscious while it happens and not even know. I know that that's happened to me in my life, as well as you know, even through sexual energy, if you have sexual intercourse with someone, you're actually taking on their imprints, their karmic energy. And we don't want that. Our wombs are such sacred portals. They really are like these vortexes that take in and they can also create. And so we want to keep them clear so we can be in our beautiful, essence. And our wombs are that place where we do have our creation, where we have that sexual desire that's healthy, that we are in our power. And it really takes, healing the womb in order to be more in our full power as well. So,
Exactly. I was going to tell you this as well, that since I did this work, my sexuality has completely changed.
mm,
I have much more value of my body. My body is sacred, and I'm not religious.
yeah.
I'm not religious. I believe in that there's the universe, there is God, but I'm not religious, and I have always been very open-minded, and my body, I realized how low value had before,
Mm,
and now my body is sacred. And
mm,
I don't open up, and I don't need it to open my body to anybody. I just want the perfect moment, and it doesn't bother me
mm,
because I am canalizing my sexuality and my energy, my sexual energy differently.
yeah. Yeah, I found that when I did this course on myself, well, first it was just a bunch of channel downloads, but when I first started to do this, I really started to notice, similar to you, it was like I started to really have a certain value towards, my outlook on sexual desire. I actually was kind of, it was I was always celibate. I went through long spurts of celibacy, and now it's like I actually desire to have a beautiful relationship with someone who is amazing, that somebody who actually treats me well and who wants to be with me. And I've never had that before. It was always people who were very unavailable. And, you know, it was if I did have it, and then I would go into long spurts of the celibacy. And so it was really interesting. And so after I did this course, these downloads, I found, and the activations that go with it, I found, multiple things had happened. And that was one of them. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and I totally identify with you as well. I was celibate for a long time, and it was okay.
Mhm.
It was okay. I mean, your self-value is much more important.
Yeah,
Your
totally.
and it's true that I'm also a Reiki master, so I work with energies, and since I am an energy healer, or just I help the others through energies to transmute energies. Also, I feel this. I completely have experimented that in any sexual intercourse, I feel the energy from the person and from the all the people that have been recently with this person, which is a bit perturbating because we transmit the traumas, and we got the traumas from all these people.
Yeah.
So I cannot understand anymore the concept of online dating, or well, this is very personal, so I totally respect that, but I cannot understand that because it's just polluting your own energy. That's what I think.
Mhm.
Just having sex for sex
Mhm.
unconsciously is polluting your energy.
Absolutely. Yeah. When it's not a conscious, when you're actually not really, you're just doing it with like multiple people all the time. Yeah, there can be a lot of energy exchanges. And, especially if you're a sensitive person, if you are a more of a light being and you tend to attract those negative energies, you're going to find that it can weigh you down. And it might feel different for everyone. Some people might feel more in their head, their mind. They might feel it more in their body, their energy. They might even feel it in their womb or on their heart. It's really different. Everybody's so different with how they take on energies or how they feel things or all of that. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. And we will step into the Akashic Records facilitation training now. First, I want to step into the limiting beliefs. I know that we worked on a couple of limiting beliefs. What was your experience before limiting beliefs? They came through in a reading and then after.
um
Do you remember? It's okay if you
no,
don't. We can go to another question.
no, but I think that I already worked with the limiting beliefs, with the clearing trauma.
Okay, okay,
Everything came through, like the concept that I'm not worthy, or
great.
so I worked every morning and every single day since then, like doing positive affirmations, and this helps a lot
Mhm.
for the limiting beliefs,
Yeah.
and just feeling it, walking meditation with this mantra, and so yeah, but I don't remember.
It's okay. No, that's perfectly fine. All right. So how was the Akashic Records facilitation course for you? When you first started, what were the things that came up for you with the doubts and the concerns, and then how you were when you finished the container? Or I know that you're actually on your last week as of next week, but you're already channeling so well. So what was your experience around that?
Wow, it was amazing because I went from thinking I'm not able to do this. I won't be. Although during my Reiki sessions I was already channeling, but once I started to do readings for myself, I wasn't. It was it's like I started like it was like a game for me.
Mm-hmm.
So let's play. And it's like this how I started to trust in my skills. And also remembering what you say always, that we all have these skills, these capacities to download, to read Akashic records. It's just that they are sleeping in our brains.
And then sometimes we also have blocks, and those blocks can be removed. What was your experience with the activations?
Amazing,
Mhm.
amazing. It's like, yeah, I'm doing them whenever I feel a bit scattered, because I get stressed a bit, yeah, easily. I'm very sensitive. So, and yeah, amazing. Amazing. It's like, yeah, every time I feel a bit scattered, I just do the peaceful activation. Uh, and then also, yeah, with the aura clearing,
Mhm.
my body, sometimes my body was moving in one side, the other, it's like, yeah, all the blockages were were unblocking. And so I was really feeling, especially at the beginning. Now I feel more, yeah, in the aura clearing.
Or Org field clearing, yeah.
Exactly.
Or org field wound or org field hole mender, I think it is, but it's an org field activation. So it mends the auric holes, the rips and tears that can happen through life's experiences.
Exactly. So I was feeling it a lot at the beginning, and now less, of course, because I'm less blocked.
Yeah.
And also the yeah, peaceful peaceful
Prayer.
prayer. And also, well, I'm still doing the cord cutting from time to times. Also, every time that I do a reading, I do the third eye activation, and it's amazing.
And what would
Because
you say happens when you do the third eye activation, or from the first time you did it? Did you feel it? Were you able to have more clearer insights, images that came through?
oh yes, oh
Mhm.
yes. I feel how all the density is coming out from through my crown chakra, and my hands, and also it's like, oh, an opening here from the third eye to the, yeah, all the upper part of my head. And it's amazing. I'm feeling it a lot, and it's needed. There's a moment that the activations, you feel your body is asking you whenever you need an activation or not. And it's like a game. It's and it's, yeah, it's funny. And finally, I mean, life is like a game, right?
Yeah.
So, and
And
all this,
what
yeah.
do you feel about the Akashic Records 1 and 2 activation? Were those ones also you could feel the blocks being removed here and then information flowing through?
Yes, 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 definitely. While
Amazing.
I'm doing the activation, it's more clearing.
Mhm. Okay.
And sometimes I can have a thought, or well, a thought is not a download, but it's more, I'm concentrating on clearing.
Mhm.
But this is on the third eye. But for example, with the abundance soul activation, I had some visions,
Mhm.
some downloads.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
And yeah, with the cutting, of course, as well.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, you have to cut the cords with this person and this person and this person.
Yeah.
And yeah, and with the yeah, with the other ones, not really. The auric field clearing, it was just my body that was moving. And yeah, so I was detecting. And yeah, yeah, but yeah, normally I have the downloads really when I'm ready
Yeah.
to when I'm doing the activation is more like release.
Would you say that the Akashic Records 1 and 2 activations that you started to receive better downloads after them?
Definitely.
Okay, great.
And it comes faster as well.
Perfect. Okay, amazing. Because
Yes.
yeah, you were already receiving a little bit with Reiki, and then now it's like you just receive them very
Oh
efficiently.
yeah. Oh yeah. And very clear images, and yeah, it's like I'm understanding much better. It's like an upgrade
Mm.
for me. Being part of this course,
Mhm.
it's been an upgrade
Mhm.
spiritually.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love for you to elaborate on that if there's anything else there for you to share. Yeah, what was your experience from where you're at now in comparison to where you're at before?
Definitely, with my Reiki sessions, I feel yeah. Since I started this course, I had much more downloads.
Mhm.
So it's like I'm a psychic Reiki healer. Let's say it like this, because I always have downloads, almost part depending on the client if it's more open or not. And now I feel, as I told you, this course has put me in another level spiritually and also professionally. I
Mhm.
feel much more power, and I feel that I have to go farther than where I am. I feel like my Reiki studio and my Reiki place is a bit small now, so I feel like I'm able to go farther, and yeah, I know that I will be able to do it,
Mhm.
and I'm doing a lot of things, and it's like, yeah, it's new doors are opening because I trust more myself, and I'm more conscious of myself, my value, and I trust more as well.
Beautiful. I definitely see it within you too. I see this just like you're glowing, like it's just so beautiful. You're passionate, you're excited. I think you even moved from your old home, which is an upgrade in itself.
Oh yes,
Like,
totally,
like,
totally.
whenever you move from a home, you're energetically upgrading. So it's your field cannot fit into the old home for whatever reason. And yeah,
Yes.
and then also your work, you left your work that you were just, it was just not feeling right for you and really answered that call. And you really went on that limb of faith, and which is so important in our evolution. And you're doing all the work, you're working on the wounds and all of that stuff. And now you're just like this phoenix that has rised and glowing and beautiful and just happy and channeling. And yeah. What are some of the things that some of your clients have shared that were really just powerful? Maybe they felt you working on them energetically, or was there anything that came through that you would like?
Yeah, they when I was in doing the readings, quantum healing, I'm sending Reiki to my clients, and I help them to clear density as well. They really felt that in their own body,
Mhm.
and also, yeah, sorry,
Over Zoom?
yeah,
Perfect. Amazing. I love that.
yeah, always through Zoom.
Yeah, yeah.
It's perfect.
I love doing it on Zoom. Yeah,
Yes,
me too.
yes, it's
Yeah,
perfect, perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, because you are there focused,
Yes.
the other person as well. And honestly, at the beginning, I thought, oh my God, how is it possible? Even though I was an energy worker, but it's amazing. I feel much more comfortable via Zoom because I can focus more on the work than in person. In person, I think I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love doing it on Zoom. It's like for some reason, it's because I'm in my own bubble and
Exactly.
I am more like I am more in tune, or you could say sensitive with other people's energies. And so, when I'm in my own bubble and I'm still working on them, they can feel me. And the same thing for you, they can feel you working on them. And it's just a really, it's a beautiful thing. And also the readings are exactly the same. It's the same
Exactly.
information coming through. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really a beautiful experience that we have the ability to do it on Zoom.
Yes, totally, totally. And also, I really appreciate also your support that I had always, always, always there, always giving the best advice, always trusting. I felt really contained by you,
Mm.
always. And it's like no matter what was happening, I could share that with you. I felt so much, yeah, contained and trust with you. Even though, I mean, I remember that we met in an event and everything went very fast.
Yeah.
and and then, yeah, after just the first reading you did to me, it was okay, yes, I want to do this. It was very, very fast. And I always felt, even though you were in Mexico, I was in Vancouver, I felt this connection.
Mhm.
So no matter where you are, I always felt your support.
Ah,
Always.
thank you. Yes, I honestly, I really am so grateful of your dedication. And I think it really is, it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of dedication to do this type of work. And it's not just an easy work that you're just going to magically get to a place. Self-mastery is one of those things you really have to look at the deepest wounds and you have to work through them. And that's one of the main things that I really witnessed within you, Nuria, was you had that dedication to work and to do the work and to like, you were just so determined, and it shows through, all of where you are now. And it's a really beautiful thing to see. Yeah, so I thank you, and I thank you for your kindness and also for doing this beautiful interview with me today.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful for you.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Thanks. Okay, well, we'll end the call now, and or I'll stop the recording. I'll still chat with you. But yeah, anyways, thank you all. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to set up a free consultation call with you. Cool.